Random live video. As you can tell, I am outside. So I don't know how good the sound is gonna be, and I don't know how good the connection's gonna be. But I just got done cleaning inside, so it's a little dusty. I'm hoping this works, and I'll wait for someone to get on and tell me if it sounds okay and if it looks okay. I see a thumbs up, so that must be somebody's here. If you can, yo, Mike, how's it going, man? I gotta get the chat so it stays on. There we go. Sounds and looks great. That's good. Good. How's everybody going? How's it going? I didn't have a lot going on at the house, so I decided to go live for a little while. Can you hear this car going by? I always worry about the cars because I know when I'm videoing outside, the cars are so loud. Yeah, so as I was saying, didn't have a lot going on. I bet you are tired, man. You're probably working your butt off. You gotta pace yourself. You always tell me that, and then you don't even do it yourself. Yeah, the cars are a little loud. That's the only thing about this location that we don't like, is that the way the traffic comes up, it's almost like a little gully, and it just seems like the noise just comes right at my face. So it's a little annoying. But it's better than our other house, because my other house, if I open the front door and take 3 steps, I'm in the middle of the road. So that's, you know, trucks go by, it seems like they're going right through your house. So, but everybody wants to live 100,000 miles off the main road and, you know, never have traffic, and I don't know. It's kind of a pipe dream, right? Not very many houses are like that. My chat, for some reason, isn't sticking. Top chat, live chat. Yeah, I want live chat. Yeah, you want to go inside? You want to see? I mean, not much has happened, obviously, because I'm just working on these windows for the most part. I don't know if I mean, obviously the barn, but we can't go away over there. Yeah. Oh, the windows are much better than they were. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Just kind of all this scrap wood. Sarah keeps taking pieces out of the pile and saving them, and then I'm trying to burn it as fast as possible. And then it's like this battle between Sarah and I, where I mean, I hoard stuff, guys. I'm guilty, but she is trying to save like the littlest pieces. And I'm like, Sarah, we have like the yellow pine. Okay, she's trying to save that yellow pine. Look at this. I got a whole bunch of pieces right there she can have, but see, this is what I save. But look at all this. It's like, we don't need to be saving 6-inch pieces, and she's always like, I'm gonna make a birdhouse. I'm like, I'm gonna make a birdhouse. She probably would make a birdhouse, actually, but I think I'm getting a little better about getting rid of stuff when I know I'm not gonna use it or need it, and it just makes it so much more decluttered, which is important for anybody, right? Just to feel like you're organized. The porch on the, oh yeah, I can show this wood. I know. I really like it. It does need to be scraped and painted. We've got some delicious peeling paint. It looks so good, right? So salty. I actually just talked to an Amish guy about possibly coming in and painting the porch and the windows upstairs. Mike G likes this ceiling. Yeah, it turned out. I like it. I won't tell you the whole story, but we smelled propane, so the propane people had to come here, and he showed some interest on the house. He's like, oh, what are you doing in there? And I was like, well, let me show you. So we brought him in, and he just kind of stared at the ceiling for a good 10 seconds. Just like, you did that? I was like, yeah. He's like, that must have taken you forever. Like, forever and a day. That's exactly what, yeah. So it's hard not to be obviously super happy with it. And then another thing, I've showed this to a lot of people, but when he saw that ceiling, he went crazy. Because that is, you know, in person, it's even better, but even on a camera, it looks good. I can show you, well, let me ask first. The video that I'm working on right now is Lily's window upstairs. I'm trying to do a video complete, beginning to end, as far as what we did for these windows. And I'll be honest, it's tough. I had a 45-minute long video. And that's with not even finished painting it. Sarah's going to come up today and we're going to finish paint it. And I want to put that in the video. So yeah, I'm trying to edit it down to like 25 minutes. I just don't think anybody, that's even a long video. My videos do better when they're like sub 15 minutes to 17 minutes. They do a little better. I think if they're too long, then, you know, that's fine. I don't expect anybody to sit down for 40 minutes and watch a video. What was I getting at? Oh, so if I show you Jace's window, is it going to ruin your surprise for the video? Because Jace's window looks a lot similar to Lily's window. If you're okay with that, I will show you. I should make a second channel for uncut stuff. I don't think that's a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea. I could even call it 1806 Uncut. Because I rough edit everything first, even put music with it and everything. And then, you know, it's like 50 minutes long. And then I start cutting stuff. And usually the stuff I cut is this, Blabber McBlabbins. And I know a lot of people like it when I explain things. But I also, you know, think that too much talking is too much talking. I'll show you. I got enough people saying, show me, so I'll show you. So this is Jace's room. I just cleaned it, which is awesome. It's nice to have a clean room. So this is nothing's nailed into place. His sill has been oiled. I'm trying to let that cure before I put on that water-based polyurethane finish that we've talked about. So yeah, we really like the way that turned out. I have a special little piece to go right here, but it's not here right now because it's over on Lily's window. Yeah, so it's simple, right? We didn't do any crazy detailed-y kind of thing, but all this wood you see though, this is the white ash that we just got, you know, that we put in the barn. You can definitely ask a question. I just don't know if I'm going to see it long enough to answer, Marcus, just so you know. I don't see questions very long on my screen. But yeah, so I milled all of this with my little planer, my jointer. It's not perfect. I'm not going to show you my mistakes, but I learned a lot on this window. So Lily's turned out really good. I'll show you Lily's. Kidding. I'm not showing you Lily's. Got to watch the video for Lily's. Anybody new want to see the bathroom upstairs? I don't know. Sometimes people want to see stuff over. I don't know. I'll do a quick shot. Kind of cleaned this too. I always have to wrangle the kids' toys. You can see looks like someone was doing some Lego action. And then I was thinking, I do need to polyurethane this window. I never did. I wish Milwaukee tools, are they expensive in Finland? If you find me on Instagram, I'd love to know. I'd love to know that. Like, I don't know why, that's interesting to me. I wish Milwaukee tools were cheaper in the US. Are you done with all the windows upstairs? No. So, like, this is obviously a finished window minus the polyurethane and the nailing it all into place. And then this is kind of where the rest of the windows stand. The hard part is done though. You can see all that framing. That takes me forever. Trying to get like a nice square looking framed window. The walls look yellow there to me. That's funny. These are the sills for windows like that. These are sanded and ready to go. They just need to be oiled and cut to exact size. Right now, these are all a little big, but all these are done and filled with epoxy. I've probably whined about this before, but it has taken us forever to do these windowsills. Like just filling all these little spots with epoxy and sawdust and sanding and but man, I'll tell you, oh, focus. They're literally like smooth. They're so smooth. I think the kids would be able to put paper right on these and write, and it's not going to mess the paper up. You know how that does that when you write on wood. So I'm happy with the result, but I just can't stress enough how crazy long it took. I'll show you Lily's. I mean, this Lily's framed out. Oh, one other thing. I shared it on Instagram. See this wall? This is old barn wood that we got from a pretty close local barn, and then some of it is wood that that we got from the house. So anyways, look at this, right? Sarah decided to oil Jace's wall, so you can see what that looks like oiled now. That's linseed oil. We're just letting it cure. $290 for the impact driver? Oh, Lord. Wow. What's it cost to ship stuff from US to Finland? Because I'll just buy them and ship them to you. How's that sound? Yeah. Again, we don't know what the floor is going to look like as far as finished. We are going to have a piece of trim here that's going to help divide the wall from the floor. I'm afraid off the camera to... Oh. I think that question that I just saw, it was a big question, and like I said, they don't stay on the screen very long, was something about you wanting to start a YouTube channel and not maybe feeling comfortable in front of the camera. I can say that I pretty much always felt comfortable in front of the camera, because I like to talk. If you haven't learned by now, I'm a talker. And the hard part is to get past the point that you're talking to just a cell phone right now, but I can see all your chats and I know who you are because I've been reading your comments and I've talked to you all on Instagram. Not all, but most of you, like Mike, I talk to Mike often on Instagram. And so you get past the feeling like you're talking to a camera and you're actually talking to people. And I know that maybe that's more natural for some people, but that's the hard part. And then I think it's important to be yourself. Like, I acknowledge that I jibber jab a lot and run on and but I can't change that about myself. And if I tried to, then I would come off probably as not as real because, I'd be trying to pretend like I'm somebody else. I hope that makes sense. So just be yourself right off the bat. Romania, wow. Beautiful contrast. Yeah, that's why we like that contrast between the white. Of course, the walls might not be white. We might paint them different colors. But yeah, I really like that dark, rich wood and the white sheetrock. It's really, really cool. I mean, same up here, like all that, the old beams and then the white painted look here. To me, that's kind of like that perfect color combination. You got that, well, it's kind of like orangey red, oldie looking oiled wood, and then the bright white. And what's really going to look good is when we sheetrock these ceilings. So we're going to have like the white sheetrock and then the old wood. One thing I wish I could share with you somehow, I don't think there's a way for me to do it. I have some pictures saved on my phone of how we're going to do I think it's called wainscoting, the high wainscoting walls in here. We found a design that we really like, and I've got it saved on my phone, and I'm excited to use, I'm going to use the ash probably, or the pine that we got. We have so much wood to use now. But the walls, I think all the walls down here are going to have it. I honestly think we're going to just start here and go all the way across and tie those walls right into the molding of the windows, and then we may stop at the front door. The front door may end up looking different, I don't know, but so maybe it stops here and then it will continue on over here. But really like that look. It's really nice. Like panels, like different size panels, simple, not crazy intricate, moldings and stuff, but maybe shaker style. Some originals. Yeah. And good luck. Someone just said something about they're removing a whole bunch of paint from old wood, and I've done that, obviously, and it's not easy, and maybe you'll find a stripper that you like where you can strip layer after layer off, but what I find is sanding. But then, if it's old paint, it can be dangerous, but I find just sanding with the good 40 grit sandpaper, and then going down to maybe all the way down to like 320. It's faster. I don't know. I think it gives me a little bit better of a finished look. Sorry, I missed that, Mariah. That went really quick. Heat gun. The heat gun works pretty good. Sarah's in chat now, everybody. You can all say hi to Sarah. Heat gun does work pretty good, but the fumes that you get from a heat gun seem really bad for some reason. Like, I mean, even with a mask on, I just feel like I'm doing something really bad to my lungs. Big crown? No crown molding. We're going to keep it simple. This isn't, in my opinion, I don't know. I don't get into this too much. There's some people on Instagram that really bite my buttons about Victorian house and the age of the house and staying true to the age. I don't know. I don't get into any of that. This house was built 1806. That's old. The original house, this would have been so rough. Literally would have been stone walls. There was a huge fireplace here and a huge fireplace here. This place would have been rough in 1806. I mean, you're talking about your stools would have been made out of like stumps and stuff, like it was not a really nice house. And I only think that and guess that because of what we found, any of the original old stuff that we found, right? Like, this was not a nice house. This was a rough house that people came here from Massachusetts on an ox cart, and they knew how to build houses out of stone, and that's what they did. And then someone in probably the early 1900s is who came in and kind of fancied up the house. They put in maybe, well, I'm pretty sure that's when this front porch got done. So you can see someone got a little fancy. They put like that kind of wood on the ceiling. That's a little fancy. But I don't think the inside of the house never was super, super fancy. Because if it was, the guy that did all the work in the 60s, that I found the note from that said good luck, the guy that did the work in the 60s wouldn't have ripped the house apart as much as he did, right? Unless he's crazy. He would have saved what he could have saved. From how I gather, this gentleman, I've talked to his daughter a little bit here and there, and I talked to his ex-wife a little bit. He sheathed the whole house with tongue and groove and shiplap. And I just don't think that I don't think he would have ripped out anything super nice to then tongue and groove and shiplap the whole thing, right? So this is a really long, I don't even know how to come back to the original question about crown molding. I want the house to be back to simple. Just shaker style. Like, if none of you have ever been inside of an Amish house, check one out. Usually they sell stuff, so you can just go right in there and just ask to see their kitchen. It won't be weird, I promise you. And you'll see an Amish kitchen. They have no uppers. They usually don't have cupboards really at all. It's just simple. They have pieces of furniture that can hold. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. A lot of you maybe didn't see this. We got something on Facebook. I put it in the downstairs bathroom. Look at that, huh? They use stuff like this to hold their dishes. As long as these things are cared for, I mean, this will last. Oh, that's interesting. The door shuts by itself. That makes me feel like I know the floor is level. Okay. Oh, there's little wheel feet. I bet those are unlevel. But yeah, so we want to have a kitchen that has stuff like this in it with drawers and whatever, and we don't like that wall-to-wall cabinet kitchen thing. And it's not that we don't like it. That's the wrong word to use, because I've seen some kitchens like that where I'm just like amazed, right? They're beautiful. We are simple people. We use leftover like peanut butter jars to put my coffee in, right? Like I don't know. We're not fancy. We're from upstate New York. I don't know how to say it. I just want things to be simple. I think that makes sense. I won't keep beating that horse, I think is the saying. It's kind of a gross saying. I probably have missed a million questions. Sorry. I have had a couple cups of coffee, so I'm a little hyped up. Is there anything that anybody wants to see? You can put it in bold. And I think the bold chats stick out a little bit better. And then I can show you. We need bathrooms. I don't know. Sarah must be in a conversation with someone. We do need bathrooms. You want to know what I'm thinking about doing next? It's hard to... No, it doesn't have a peanut butter aftertaste. I wish it did. Peanut butter coffee. Once you clean the jar, it's pretty clean. I'm going to try to show you something. This right here is the back porch to the house. It is probably 6 to 7 feet wide as far as left to right. And then you can see the ceiling is in really rough shape. That all has been peeling like that recently, or at least for at least a year. And then this right, where am I? This right here is a some of you know this, a 3-hole outhouse. So I always say this house has 3 bathrooms. Technically, the house has, well, I guess if you count 3 holes, 6 bathrooms. We're going to use that little old outhouse probably as storage, right, for gardening things or something. But what I'm thinking about doing next is maybe that back porch. I wish I could bring the camera out there and show you, but I almost will most certainly 100% lose reception if I go on that side of the house. But I'll show you, we're having some problems. Came down here the other day, and after a rainstorm, and you can see I had some water come in on that corner of the house, which the porch is what I just showed you. It's over there. So we get a little bit of water coming in there and a little bit more coming in over here. You can see it's in the process of drying. Water coming in the basement isn't necessarily new news. The other side of the house, as you know, I had some water coming in there. But once I dug that out and did a French drain, it stopped. So it makes me kind of want to do that to the other side of the house because I know I can fix it. the little porch is completely in the way. And I want to make this porch bigger. I think some of you maybe will remember those big pillars that we got from somebody. They're huge oak pillars. They're probably 10 feet tall and super heavy. I want to put those pillars on a new back porch with a bigger roof, a bigger porch, and that way I can get all the water that comes off the house and onto that porch roof, and then it can, I think it lands right in the corner of the basement, right where I just showed you that water. I could get the water to where it goes farther away from the house. And then at the same time, I'll dig it out and put in a French drain and drainage and all that. Michael, that really long comment, I didn't really catch it. Sorry. Sorry. I do go back and I read all the long comments, and then if I feel like I can add it to a video or something, I do. Trust me. I read a lot of comments. I'm on YouTube a lot, reading comments and replying back and stuff. But yeah, back porch. It's on my mind. I don't know if it's something that I can do, to be honest. It's a big job. Today I'm working on finishing Lily's window. It's primed. I just caulked all the seams, and now it just needs to be painted, which I'm gonna go get Sarah very soon. In fact, Sarah, are you done with the lunch with the kids? If you are, then I can come get you now. Yeah, my hand's kind of painty. I don't know if you can see it or not. My middle finger is healed. All three fingers are cut, and then the pinky was cut a little bit, but the middle finger is healed, but it's wicked sore. So I don't know when I bend it, if there's any doctors watching. I don't like to go to the doctor. I'll tell you right now. When I bend my middle finger, I get to about here, and the front, what is this called? A knuckle? My knuckle. Okay, still working on it. Okay. The front knuckle feels like it's going to literally explode, like the pressure. So I think it's just, I didn't use my hand a lot. I kind of kept these two fingers taped together a lot of times, because as it was healing, I know that you don't want to have your hand like this, you know? So I kept it. So I don't know, my knuckle seems really sore. So I'm rubbing it with different oils. Sarah's really into like the natural healing and the oils and stuff. So I'm rubbing it with some oil to try to keep the scar tissue down, just trying to work that joint. I have bad joints anyways. Yeah, arthritis. I have bad joints. Got that from my mom. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I do think it's going to take a while. Not the same thing, but this is the finger that I put into the lawnmower blades. When I was trying to change the blades with the lawnmower blades going, I wouldn't advise that. And that joint here took a long time to feel normal. No infection. No. It takes quite a bit to get me sick or something like that. I kept it really clean. Ooh, ouch. That sounds like it hurt, Carlton. Feel better? That's, some people will say, if you follow the timeline of what we do, right after I cut my hand is when all that lumber came up for sale, and I had to stop working on the house, and I went to the barn and I built that catwalk with my cut hand. It had like 2 or 3 days to heal before I had to do that. And I had to, right? The guy was moving. He wanted to sell the wood. It was such beautiful lumber. I knew that it wasn't going to last long. So I just had to do it. And that probably wasn't the smartest idea, using my hand to that degree, because anybody who's ever built anything like that, like I'm using rough cut pine from a sawmill that was literally sawed like yesterday. 2x6s are like 70 pounds a piece. And that was hard. That was hard work. And it was, my hands probably didn't need to be worked like that. I would like to see the kitchen area. Are you talking about the makeshift small kitchen that we're going to use, or are you talking the other side of the house where our kitchen's going to be? Stop hurting yourself. Hey, I've only hurt myself one time. Come on. That was the only time I've ever cut myself. We don't give out the exact location of the property, but we are in upstate New York. I can hit Canada with a rock. Hey, CJ's in the house. I didn't see you. Hey, CJ. CJ's from Mallard 5 Farmhouse. If you see his name come up on a chat, you can click it, and it should bring you to his channel. But if not, I would suggest to check out CJ's channel. Him and I have been YouTube buddies probably since day one, right, CJ? I mean, at least 3 years. And he puts out really good content. Lives in Ohio. It's a great channel. Rattlesnake bite? What? I was just chasing snakes around here. We have some milk snakes. They don't bite. And we were chasing them, me and the kids, catching them. The kids love it. They hold it and they play with the snake. It's funny. I think if you raise your kid to be scared, then they're scared. But if you raise them to chase down snakes, well, then they chase down snakes. I have a pocket full of these electrical things. And I don't know where my electrical... Put them right there. Dig out my foundation. Oh, you came when I was doing that. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was a long time ago, wasn't it, that I dug that French drain. And now I'm talking about doing the other side of the house. And I'm pretty sure there's a point in that last video where I said I'll never do this again. But now I'm talking about doing it again. All right. Well, I've been on for 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to try to set the camera down. Can I? Does anybody want to see anything else? I wish I could show you. I really wish I could show you the back. I can try. Want me to try? I might be able to get some video of it before we lose connection. Other side of the house. Did the renter move out? No, he's in there right now playing guitar. Listen. He might have heard me say that. Kind of felt like a peeping Tom. Yeah, no, he's still here. See, there's more. You know what? There's literally... I just came down here, guys, and I showed you this. Look at... There's more water down here right now than what there was. That makes no sense. There's actually water now. I'm wondering if I have a leak. It's definitely coming from that corner. I don't know what to think. All this water is coming from here, right? It all traces back to that corner. Wow, I literally just caught that. I don't think the PEX is leaking because I didn't use any of my water. I haven't used any water like in the last 5 minutes. I heard Nils, my tenant, his name is Nils. I heard him use some water, but his water lines are all on the other side of the house. So the only thing that it could be is the drain line. Because the main drain, like his tie into here, and then it comes down through here and goes out the house right there. But when do you plan on having it all done? You can't plan stuff like that. I have no idea. You would think that the drain could just... Okay, so I'm going to go outside. I'm going to try to show you the back porch. And if I lose connection, then I'll run back into the house. So don't... Okay, back porch. I got to dig. I'm going to have to dig this corner out. Okay, that's the back porch. That's the outhouse. The window I always show you from is right there. You can see the porch stops right there. That porch really needs to come out way past the stone wall. And then I'm gonna have one layer of decking, and then maybe some steps, and then another layer of decking. And those big pillars are gonna go right through here, but you know, more even with the stone house. So that whole thing needs to get bumped out. Boom. Hope that makes sense. That porch needs to be rebuilt. I can't believe that I didn't lose reception there. That didn't get sketchy at all. Open up that corner again, check the pipe. I know. Well, there's no way that I can check the pipe. Like if this pipe right here is not leaking, then it goes into the stone wall right there. I can't check that. But if it was leaking, if the pipe itself was leaking, I'd be able to tell because, you know, I can feel it. But I know that it's coming in underneath my foam, which is, you know, right on the other side of that foam is the stone wall. This is gonna probably be gross, guys, but you know, like if it's sewage or whatever, you would be able to know. This is clean water. It's clean. If anything, it smells soapy. So, yes, I just put my hand in possible sewage water to find out if it was. It smells soapy. Leads me to think that he might have just used his sink, possibly. He's clean, you know, using clean soapy water. And I do have a leak, possibly. Guess what I'm going to do today? You need a pump? Like a sub pump? I got one. This water doesn't amount to much ever. It usually just comes in like this, and I'm not kidding. It's only done this like 4 times. It comes in, usually hits the dirt over there, and then it dries. You know, this will all be dry in a matter of like 2 or 3 hours, unless more comes in. Like if he, yeah, exactly, Mike. Let the investigation begin. I am going to go get Sarah so she can come up here and paint, and I'm going to get a shovel, and I am going to start digging this corner out, because there is no reason that. Turn the water on and check. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Hold on a second, okay? I'm not gonna invade his privacy with you guys. Just, yo, Nils! Nils! Can you hear me? Hello? He's got his radio blasting. He might be out upstairs. He might not even be home. I thought he was playing the radio and it was, you know, TV or something. I'll get him to turn his water on at some point. And then we'll see if it doesn't start leaking more. Oh, wait. Couldn't I turn on my water? Yeah. Because my water goes through the same place his water goes through. So if I turn on my water, that's the same thing. So I'll turn mine on. I'll get that running. He doesn't have a washing machine. This is going to turn into a weird video, isn't it? We're like trying to hunt down. I should be able to tell fairly quickly, I'll tell you, because this is a lot of water. I mean, there was no water here when I first came, and then look at, and it's wicked cold. You can see the dirt in that it's flowing. I can hear my water coming down through this pipe. You want a good, this is what I look like when I do stuff like this. Gotta be honest with you, I don't see any water coming in. But it's gotta be... Yeah, I could text him. I'd have to end the live chat here, which isn't a big deal. I can't go on forever like this with everybody, probably. Yeah, I wish if I had a dry towel, I could do that. That's a good idea. Someone just said use a dry towel, and then I found a towel. I'm gonna move this. Oh, let's show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna move my wire out of the way. And we're gonna this is what it's like, guys, to have a weird old house that, I mean, this is new though. This has never done this before. You know when you get a towel that's wet and it dries weird and it has that musty, gross smell? That's what that towel smells like, just to give you the sense of what I'm dealing with right now. It's disgusting. All right, I just wiped that clean. I know, right? CJ. Okay, I've been running my water for how long, guys? Couple minutes? And I don't see any water coming in at all. And that's definitely the only place where my wall is wet. How can it be leaking for him and not me, if that's the case? You know, I did flush the toilet upstairs. Spoiler, I went to the bathroom upstairs and I flushed the toilet. That's the only water that I used today. I hope that's not the toilet water, because I did put my hand in it and I did smell it. Like, I kind of touched my face. So I just shut the sink off. No, I didn't do the French drain on that side. It didn't need it. That side was always dry. Yeah, that's true. I could wet the corner of the house. I'm going to run the upstairs sink, because I washed my hands a little bit when I went to the bathroom, and then I'm going to flush the toilet. We'll do that a couple times. This has turned into quite the adventure, hasn't it? Static pressure will cause water through the... Yeah, I know. In 3.5 years of being here, we've never had water really come in on that corner unless it rains really hard. All right. So there. I shut the water off. I flushed the toilet twice. That was easily, I'm not kidding, twice the amount of water that I used the first time. Food coloring. That's a good idea, though, because then you'll be able to tell, like, exactly. We'll see if that corner's wet again. Uh-huh. I can see it. Bum, 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 bum. There you go. So it's and you can see it flowing right there. I can hear it. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I can hear it coming down. This is my concerned face. I can hear it coming down the wall. Probably not far, but I can hear it. So I'm worried if I can hear it coming down the wall, that means it's happening higher, right? Like it could be in my wall. But I can't see. If that toilet was leaking up there, I would know a different way. Like that toilet's not against the wall or something, you know, like it's in the middle of the room technically. And if it was leaking, the ceiling to the downstairs bathroom would show signs. Because that toilet's like right there. And there would be a lot of water here. Or I would know. So I don't think it's in my wall. Because you'd also have water way higher up. You'd also have water. Like, it's hard to see for you guys, but I would see water in here. And I don't. And as fast as it's come, which this is all new water now, it's gone. So I know it's linked to my toilet, possibly. Because I did flush my toilet. Like, I just tried to blame poor Nils. It wasn't even his, it's mine. No pipes come down through there, guys. So, ooh, you know what does? No, it can't be. We already decided it's not the sink upstairs. I was going to say the sink upstairs comes down right through here and then plumbs into this. So if it was the sink, yes, CJ, thanks for pointing that out. I did touch toilet water. I mean, it could be the sink. It could just be the sink. Should I try to narrow it down, or should we try to confirm whether or not I touched poop water? Let's try to... I want to know. You know, it was soapy, so I have a feeling that it was the sink water and not the toilet water. Because it was soapy, and I did use soap. Man, look at this. Look at this. Can't show you. I've got to show you. Okay, look. I'm drying it, right? And then instantly, it starts coming. Drying it. Instantly comes right back. That's a lot of water. It'd be hard for me to test right now. Hey, side product of all this, look how clean that concrete is now. Concrete's never been that clean. Okay, I'm gonna go turn just the sink on upstairs. And not that it matters. I don't know how the sink would do it and the toilet wouldn't. It all goes into the same place. But I mean, the sink, like, nothing's wet about this sink. The sink is fine. Yeah, sink's fine. Nothing, there's no water around the toilet either, so. All right, whew. Got lightheaded. Sink's running. I'll see if I get more water now. Not that it matters. I really don't think that it can be one thing and not the other. Not necessarily seeing more water. I mean, seeing the same amount of water. Man, that concrete is nice and clean. I can hear water coming down right through here. That's where it comes from, you know, down this pipe. I can hear it. I think I gotta dig that pipe out, guys. Yeah, it's better to find it now for sure. But the problem is I'm really hoping it's not in my walls. I feel like I would know that. I don't want to leave anybody hanging, but I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think outside is the way to tackle it. I think it's when it's trying to go from my stone wall and into the septic tank. My pipe there might have got damaged or something. And so the water is not going into my tank. It's just kind of pooling out in front of the tank and then coming back inside. And, you know, for those of you, if you've ever seen water and how it acts in dirt, right? Like if you have water going into dirt, eventually, you know, it just kind of gets all the dirt wet, but eventually it will make like a little snake hole. And then once it can flow, it's gonna flow. It's so I probably have had a problem for a while, but now that we're using the water more, it's saturating the dirt a little bit more, which now it's obviously found a way in. I mean, this is, man, it's not any more wet though, I'll tell you that. It's, so that little sink water, I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna go flush the toilet real quick a couple more times. Because then if I see water come in, then I know it has nothing to do with probably the toilet versus the sink, but more the fact that when you flush a toilet, what is it, like 7 gallons of water at one time? Wasted water, we don't worry about wasted water in upstate New York too much because we all have drilled wells and they never go dry. It's a thing with upstate New York, honestly, we have the best water. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to offend anybody there, but we have the best water. There's, we all have drilled wells. We never have to worry about using too much water. It's, okay, so there's the toilet. 1.2 gallons for one flush. Wow. Jersey water isn't very good, Mike. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, chlorinated probably. They try their best, I'm sure. We have some towns around here with town water. Just in most towns we don't. We all just have wells. All right, I just flushed the toilet twice. And now we're gonna sit here. Oh man, yeah. Look at that. And I can hear it. I can hear it, but it's not weird that I can hear it. What I can hear, this wall is wet. This foam can take moisture on. It's made to do that. I can see it's wet right through here. I didn't really want to dig out my, I better get digging. All right, so we're gonna dig out this corner and see if we can't find what's going on. And I will not probably live stream the whole thing, but maybe I'll come back later today and show you what I found. Who wants to see that, huh? Replace it all? I have replaced it all. I have 2 septic tanks. I have a 1,000-gallon tank, and then that's piggybacked onto a 500-gallon tank, and then it goes to my leach field. I've got 1,500 gallons of septic, and I had it pumped about a year ago. That was expensive because it's 1,500 gallons. Usually around here, houses only have 500-gallon septic tanks, and they're fairly new tanks too. That was done within the last 10 years. Yeah, we're gonna get digging. So you all want to see the? I'll show you an update. Okay, I gotta go get Sarah, Lily, Jace. I'm gonna go get everybody. They can play outside. Sarah's gonna paint, and I'm gonna dig up a septic tank. No idea that I was gonna be able to do that today. Did I turn the water off upstairs? I must have, because if I didn't, I'd be able to hear it right here. What time is it here? I don't know. Probably 12 o'clock right now. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging out and helping me find out the problem, guys. I appreciate it. I had some good suggestions on how to test it. And I think we found out that it's the toilet, at least because it's a lot of water at one time. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. We're going to fix it. I'll tune back in later today too, and I'll share the fix. Maybe this makes up for not posting a video this week. No one was giving me a hard time about that, but it just didn't work out. I've got a video going though, I do. And after painting today, we'll be able to probably upload that video. I'll probably put it out Wednesday. It's usually the best day for me. But anyways, bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you all later. If I know how to end it. There we go. There we go.